Some other things that we encourage you to do would be the first person to put your hand up. So often we come to environments where people go, who wants to go get the sound gear from the storeroom at blah blah blah, and then they'll go, you hear crickets chirping almost.
Yeah,
if you're the first person to go, me, they go, thank you. If you're the first person after that pause, they're me, it's about time someone put their hand up. Go on. It changes the whole dynamic of the thing. Yeah. If you are there willing and eager to work, that attitude presents well, and the clients like it.
And that builds your relationship because they can rely on you. You know, they don't have to. They know that someone's going to be able to do that. You know, and I felt that a lot at MCC, especially in the Clarendon room, where it's kind of like they don't want to ask you to run all the way to level 1. They know it's a big thing, but it's kind of like they have to because that's their job as well, and they've got to be there. So they just they lay off their job, and they're hoping someone will just be like yes, and it always helps. It helps the crew as well, and helps everyone working there just to make life easier.
Yeah. To be honest, sometimes I don't mind doing those extra jobs because sometimes jobs are just really long and really draining and taxing on your time because you're sitting there for ages just waiting. And if someone goes, can you do this? You're like, yes, absolutely. Get me out of here. I want to do something.
Yeah. So you're often in pretty fluid situations. There's a lot of people working. There's a lot of jobs that need to be done, and everything's not assigned to one person. So if you finish the thing you're doing, it pays to take initiative and look for the next thing.
Yeah.
And if you figure it out for yourself, all the better. But if you don't know what to do, ask.
So that'd be the next one is not waiting for the order, but taking that initiative.
Take the initiative. Yeah. The more experienced you are, the more able you are to know what needs to be done next. But if you don't,
and it also helps others as well. Others see that a co-worker or a peer is taking that self-initiative. It'll make them feel that way as well. It's just natural. The energy just resonates, and it just kind of like, I want to be like that as well. Like if he can, I can too.
Yeah.
Being happy to stay on site until your shift's finished.
Yeah.
Something else that creates that positive attitude. Sometimes you'll get asked if you can stay longer, and circumstance pending, if you're not running off to a different shift or there isn't something pressing to get to. If you can say yes, I'll do that extra time. Then that reflects well and gives that presentation of a good attitude as well. Helps out the client, which in turn helps out you.
I think especially if you know that they need the help as well, like they could do with that extra support, especially maybe if it's on a Saturday night or a Sunday night where you could help everyone get home earlier together. Everyone's feeling the same thing, so it helps a lot. And I've noticed that a lot of the clients I've worked for at those times, they really appreciate your work, especially if you can stay over and help them get through it all together. Because it's more like a crew kind of collective effort instead of just kind of like an individual. Like I'm here, I've done my job, I want to get out of here. It's kind of like you're there to support everyone together. And they look at you and they look at first class crew and they think, oh, that's good. I'd rather go to someone like that who's willing to support together as a whole than someone who's just here for themselves to earn a bit of buck and trying to get out when they can.
Yeah. The flip side of that though is trying to get out as quick as you can. We've had clients mention that some staff just want to do the job that it says on their message and get out, and it might only take them half an hour to do that job, whereas the client's got 10 other jobs, but that's just the one listed in their text. Everyone knows that you're booked for your minimum call, and so if you're quick to skip out and go, oh, I've done my job, I'm out, then it reflects badly on your attitude, reflects poorly on the company, and is going to become a problem if it's a habit that you get into. So if you're there for the 4 hours, don't finish your job that's listed on your text and go, okay, I'm done, I'm going home. You ask that, what next question? What can I do next?
Yeah. There will be times when you need to ask questions, you're not sure how to do something or how something works. It's fine to ask. If you're smart, you try and figure out who's a good person to ask, whether it's the boss or sometimes the person who's the boss is busy with a whole lot of other things, and the people who are working around you, just as good to ask, so probably better. So if you're not sure of something, obviously much better to ask than to guess.
Yeah, not everyone is a good wingerer.
Yeah.
People, in this industry, it is common for people just to try and wing it.
Yeah.
But it's not always the best solution, I find.
No, and you're working with different gear and different setups everywhere. So it is understandable that sometimes you'll be working with things that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
That happens.
I mean, I find it, I operate a lot of vision and lighting, and I'm walking into circumstances where I don't actually set up the console. So I don't know what they've done in terms of patching. I don't know what they've already programmed. And instead of spending half an hour trying to work it out, it's just easier to go, what have you got laid out already?
Yep.
And they'll run through it with you and show you.
Yeah. And I know almost nothing at all about vision. So anytime I'm working with vision, I just have to ask what goes where.
Yeah. Also, another thing that proves a good attitude is if you're willing to do the jobs that other people aren't, whether that's cleaning the leftover bits of tape off the carpet,
Crawling under the stage to fix it.
run the cable.
Yeah, and initiating those kind of things as well, like saying I'll go clean up, or just doing it because you know it's something that should be done.
Yeah.
And you know it's something they're probably going to ask when the time comes to it. But if you're already doing that before they ask, that kind of makes things a bit easier for everyone, and it gives you kind of that respect that you deserve.
Yeah. And look, we understand if people are having tough days. I mean, everyone has them. There are certain circumstances that people just can't control. And if that's the case, let us know. Let management know as soon as you can. If it's a shift that you're on and it can be replaced by someone else, if there's enough notice, then sure. Otherwise, we have had circumstances where we've swapped out someone halfway through a shift because something bad has happened and they've found out at work and needed to leave immediately. I mean, while we want to avoid those scenarios, we understand that occasionally it will happen. So just be honest and be open and let us know about it so that we can do our best to make sure that you're in the best place that you can be in as well. For us, it's not just about serving our clients. It's about making sure that you guys are okay and are capable of doing your work. And
Yeah,
see what we can do.
I guess the whole thing is like it's okay to speak up. There's nothing wrong with advising or talking with anyone that you feel that you need to.
Yeah.